warm up and mobility flow for all sports. Come down into a tabletop position, so you're on your hands and your knees. Make sure fingertips are spread nice and wide to support your wrists. Shoulders are stacked over your elbows and your wrists. Elbow creases are not bent here, they're active and rotated in and almost facing in front of you. Your hips should be stacked over your knees. From here, we want to start by lubricating the spine and warming that up. So we're going to drop our belly, lift our chin, take a deep breath in, round your back, tuck your chin, exhale out. Moving with your own breath, you want to go for 7 of these. Each cat back and cow belly is 1 repetition. Once you've done 7, get at least 2 rotations in one direction and then rotations in the other direction. Now these aren't just rotations on the wrists, it's rotations whilst doing cat, cows as well. Once you've warmed up the spine, we're going to come into the wrists. So again, touch base, make sure your wrists are spread, fingers are spread nice and wide, elbow creases are active and rotated in. Shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists. You're going to rock forwards and backwards 4 times. Each rock forward and backwards counts as 1. Then going to rock left and right. Once again, each sway left and right counts as 1 repetition. We're going for 4. Once you've done that, you do at least 2 clockwise rotations, focusing on the wrists here now, not cat-cows, and 2 anti-clockwise. You then want to sit back, just mobilise your wrists loosely. We're going to come back into it, this time with your your fingers pointing in towards your body. Like so. Then we'll repeat the same pattern, forwards and backwards 4 times. Left and right. Again 4 times. And then 2 clockwise and 2 anti-clockwise rotations. Again, loosen up your wrists after doing so. Now do be mindful, you might not have the mobility to rotate your wrists all the way around. Rotate them where you can do, so that you're feeling the stretch. You want to go for mild discomfort as maximum. You don't want to push past mild discomfort. Anything there and you're probably pushing the stretch too far and you risk inflaming or tearing a muscle or a tendon and damaging yourself. Come back to the final part of this wrist section. You're going to come onto the back of your hands, so your palms are facing up. Your fingers are pointing in towards your body once again. Here again, it's important, you don't want your elbows loose here. You want them rotated in and active again. So it's a nice strong position. And then we start. 4 back and forth 4 times. Left and right 4 times. and clockwise twice, and anti-clockwise. Now, it's worth noting that this position here is going to be very, very tender, so you don't want to put all of your body weight onto it. Again, mild discomfort is the pain you want to look towards, nothing beyond that. The closer your hands are towards your body, the more you can actually support your weight with your core muscles. The further away your hands are, the more resistance is going to be pushed on there and the bigger chance you have of injury. Play around with what works for you. Whether you are the deeper you can go into the stretch as well. Once we've done our wrists, we come back into a tabletop position, and you're going to come from the side. Curl your toes underneath you, push your hips up and back, and paddle out your legs in a downward facing dog. Now you want to paddle out your legs 10 times on each, so 20 in total. Driving your heel down, feeling the stretch in your soles, your calves and your hamstrings. Once you've done 20 pedals, you're going to increase the resistance. So now I'm driving down on my left heel and reaching forward with my left hand. All my body supported on my right side. I'm feeling a nice, deep, long stretch down the entire length of my body as I reach here. And then switch sides. Left hand comes down, right heel drives to the ground, right hand extends out, long stretch down the right hand side of my body. Again, go for 10 here, so 5 on each side this time. As you'll notice, it's quite an active position. Making sure you control your breath and relax the muscles that don't need to be contracted. Once you've done 10 of these, you're going to rest in an extended child's pose. So for the extended child's pose, I'll just finish off my repetitions here. Once come back into your downward facing dog, paddle out your legs gently, put your big toes together, separate your knees as wide as you feel comfortable, push your hips into your heels, walk your hands forward and sink down like so. This is a good resting position. Should you ever feel that any of the movements are becoming too intense, just come back into this whenever you want to. From here, you're going to walk your hands to the right hand side, put your left hand on top of your right hand, keeping your hips down as far as you can towards your heels. You'll feel a nice deep stretch down the left hand side of your body. Walk your hands back through centre and to the other side. Right hand comes on top of left hand. Deep stretch down the right hand side of your body here. And repeat this 3 times on each side. Feeling the stretch each time. And then let's come back up into a tabletop position. From this tabletop, you're going to walk your hands forward, coming all the way down onto your chest, hands just up by your chest here into the cobra position. Stand up, looking up, stretching the whole front of your body here. Push your hips back, extend the legs into a child's pose, and push back into cobra. However, this time in the cobra, you're going to push down on the tops of your feet. And by pushing down on the tops of your feet, you'll lift your knees up and come into an upward facing dog, a nice active position to start to fire up the core. Hold it, and then push down into a downward facing dog. Paddle out your legs. From this downward facing dog, you're going to drive your left heel into the ground. Right foot comes up nice and high in the air. And you're going to do a big forward lunge with your right foot landing on the outside of your hands. back knee is going to stay up to remain active in this position here. Left hand comes down, right hand twists and rotates up. Left hand comes down, sorry, right hand comes down. Lower your body gently, keeping that back knee up to stay active. Push yourself back up, twist and rotate. We're going to do this 3 times, 1 push up and 1 rotation, counts as 1 repetition. You're then going to improve on this further by rolling onto the outer edge of your back leg, in this case the left leg for now, and opening up your right hand. There, push up. And we're going to 3 full reps of this. And I'll just demonstrate from this position. This can be quite an intense start, so if you need to, come back into down dog, paddle out your legs, and then rest in child's pose. If, however, you're good to carry on, you're then going to return that right foot back and repeat the same on the other side. So your right heel drives into the ground, left foot comes up high in the air, left foot lands to the outside of your hands, like so. Keeping that back knee off the ground, gently lower yourself down as far as you can go, push up, twist and rotate, left hand up this time. We go with 3 full repetitions here. Then we extend it further, so now I rotate into the outside of my back leg once again, open up my left hand there, 1, 2, 3. Kick left foot back, paddle out your legs, nice and gentle. Left heel drives towards the ground again, right foot kicks up. This time we step the right foot in the middle of both our hands. Lower your back knee towards the ground. Come up and scissor your legs or squeeze your legs together so you can really feel as you drive your hips forward. A nice deep stretch in this quad, and then we're going to further deepen that stretch by your hands coming up and twisting, so as you drive your hips forward, twist into this bent leg, stretching your psoas and your hip flexors, and come down. As you come back to the centre, rock your weight back, straighten your front leg. You can play around extending your toes away from you, or bring your toes towards you, and hinge forward, getting a nice deep hamstring stretch. That's 1 repetition, so. Two. We're going to go for 5 of these. 4. 5. Back in, bring your foot, kick your foot behind you, paddle out your legs, drive your right heel down, and let's repeat the same on the other side there. So, knee stacked over ankle, knee stacked over ankle, back knee lowered down, weight comes up, driving my hips forward, feeling a stretch on my right hip flexor here, body comes up, and rotates in towards this bent leg as I arch back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back, paddle out your legs. And then just gently lower yourself down, come to a seated position. We're going to go into what's called the 90-90, kind of like windscreen wipers. So I want my front leg over here with a 90-degree angle, my back leg behind in the same position. Easiest way to do this, if you haven't got mobility around your hips, come back, then I'm going to keep my feet where they are and just rotate my hips through this motion here. So you have to do 90, 90, hence the name. You want to eventually be coming without, so you're engaging your core and not using your hands to stabilise yourself as you come around. You want to go for 10 of these in total, 5 on each side as a minimum. Very, very good for you. 10. Once you've done 10, you need to come back to your starting position. Now I'm leaning off to my right hand side. Right hand comes down. My left hand rotates up. Here, we're stretching the lumbar part of your spine. We're going to go for 10 of these. 5 on each side. Then pivot round and do the final 5. Now my left hand is down, left leg's in front. Right hand rotates round. And there you have it. Any other movement that you feel suits your body, feel free to go for it, but that is a good all-round whole body mobility routine.